Hi.
I'm not talking anymore tonight.
We had some technical difficulties, so thank you for bearing with us. I'm still in the middle of trying to get. Yeah, it worked. Okay. Looks good to me. Hi, everybody.
Now I can't dig for more elevators.
Ooh. I think it was all the ghouls and ghosts that did it.
I think it's a curse of this fucking game. What?
It's live on your page too, not just your personal.
Yeah, I saw that. It looked like it was on the thing. All right, cool. I got to get this shit off here and put these on.
These headphones are
And
weird.
everybody can hear me. So
Yes.
we are live and people can hear.
Yes.
Yes.
Outstanding.
Hey, how'd this get over here?
You suck.
Yeah, I know.
I was eating those in the elevator.
All right.
Like
Sorry for the delay, everybody.
Nobody's
Okay.
on. Oh, people are on.
Oh, look at that. Twitch chat works. Facebook chat works. If Tyler is around, he could check out the YouTube chat maybe.
Oh, Lord.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry for the delay, everybody. We're having a little bit of a technical issue, but I think we've ironed out some of the bigger problems I've been having since I started doing this. So that's good news.
Unacceptable.
Yeah, I know. We're running a little late. So.
I'm just saying that's what Tape Flifter said. Flipper
Oh,
said.
Tyler says he's on Twitch. Look.
Wow.
Hi, Tyler. Is that Valdor? I can't read it.
Yes.
This makes me uncomfortable, he says.
So
Tape
the pants
Flipper,
I'm wearing.
unacceptable. Tape Flipper, you are right. Just like Altered Beast, this was unacceptable.
So are the pants I'm wearing. Make me feel uncomfortable.
I'll never trust YouTube again. Matty Ice and Marky Mark is in the chat. I think it's just Matty Ice, though.
It could
We'll
be
see.
Marky Mark.
It could be. I'm going to grab a drink, and
Could
then we're
be
going
the
to start
duo.
this. I got to get in podcast mode, because I've been in tech support mode here for the last 20 minutes.
No, he's been in cranky mode for the last 20
I've not been
minutes.
cranky.
You have two. You yelled at me.
Look, I need a nap. Okay?
You do need a nap.
I'm gonna set my
Or a
hands
Red
up
Bull.
while walking past.
You got any Red Bulls in
I
there?
really needed to go to the bathroom.
Are you guys going to drink both those Red Bulls?
We got extras. We're going crazy, Jack.
I'd love a Red Bull or some kind of caffeine.
All right, you got it. We have
Just
4
saying.
of them.
I just want Red Bull. No.
You want the big one?
Hashtag sponsored.
Oh, no, this is fine. No, perfect.
I'm getting a big one.
Okay, give me a big one.
Okay.
Sorry.
Back.
I didn't know there was plural big ones. Oh, I guess I brought 2 big ones, didn't I?
I got your shoulder run. I'll be your slave.
Are you going to go do what you got to do?
Fine, bitch. I'm good. I'm ready. Let's go.
Hi, Kaylin.
Hey, everybody. Hi.
Are you drinking both those? Can I have one?
So, oh yeah, I'm sorry. I'm
fuck,
fucking,
man?
I'm in outer space. Leave me alone. I'm trying to get in podcast mode.
Fucking David Bowie over here.
So we
I'm
had some
controlled
technical
to
difficulties.
Major
Sorry,
Tom.
I actually need to move this. I just remember one more thing I needed to do.
Where'd all those pens go you had?
They're not in my purse.
Yeah. They're not in my pocket.
The look on your face, you're like, they're not in my purse.
Totally not, I promise.
Jägerbobs.
All that. All right.
Oh, hey, I can read it now.
Yeah, I had to
Oh, you
move
got
it so
old
we
man
could read
text
it.
on there.
I know. I told you that's
That's
why I had
nice.
to keep the other screen. The other one's too small, man. All right.
Do you have cups?
There's a couple behind that Genesis there, on the, but behind the box, Sega Genesis Model 2. There's a glass in there. So we have a couple of friends in studio with us. Matt, Matty Ice from the Matty Ice and Marky Mark podcast, and then Sarah is here as well.
Say hi, Matt. Hi, Sarah.
Sarasley Johnston. Is that how I should say that?
Yeah.
Okay. Sarasley. Got it.
Sarosly?
So they're here. Yeah, Sarasley.
Like seriously, but
Oh, all right. I was like, Sarosly, what is that? Old, I don't get that stuff.
Yeah, so we got squad. I think we got squad, man. I think we're ready.
Well, and we got Mark, too.
Well, that's part of the squad.
Is Mark on, too, or just you?
No, that's him.
That's just you?
Mark might be here.
That was you on YouTube. You put the chat on YouTube.
Are you on YouTube?
Okay.
Oh, he's on YouTube.
Now I got to figure out which one of these is the left. Wherever
The
it
one that
goes.
says L.
But it's on the other side there.
I got it. You want a glass of beer?
Hi.
He might need some.
Yeah, I'll get to it.
Why am these headphones are...
They're little. I'm going to buy new ones.
I need to buy some. I'm used to my other ones. They're louder. All you need now is a cool, interesting game to discuss.
Well, do I have good news for you? We're going to do one.
No, we're not.
And we're
He's
going to do a
lying to
game.
you.
No, we're going to do a game.
We're doing a game, not an interesting one.
So I'm going to hit record.
Okay.
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 And there'll be another experiment later where we're trying to call John through Discord. John got a new setup, and we're going to give it a run.
Experiment show.
Yes. So anyway, welcome everybody. And we're going to get started here in a minute. So everybody ready?
I got to hit play.
Strassley? How about turn the sound down on that shit, idiot? There's a mute button. IT guy over here.
Hey,
This is apparently-
didn't make her a moderator, so I'm trying to fix it.
No, I have not. You, whatever. Anyway, okay. No one wants to hear any more of this.
Virgin IT.
Nobody wants to hear this. You got the thing going over there, Jay? We can't start yet.
No, I hit play and
You blew it.
went to Apple TV.
You're blowing it.
Think you already did that one.
Okay. Let me know when you guys are done making a ruckus.
We had 3 hours to get this show on the road.
You don't have to worry. Scrap Chaos Esquire. Yes.
I don't know what's going on with YouTube.
It had to download the app because I haven't used it in 3 weeks,
I
probably.
just had it loaded up 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a
I
good
guess
point.
it was 15 minutes ago. I was waiting for you. I
You're
paused
good.
it.
Okay. Matty Ice here, live as fuck. When are they gonna get to the fireworks factory? Anyway, okay. You ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
What are you doing over there? Go up and hit play all. Hit back.
I'm working on it.
Go up. Top right. Play all. That should be it.
No, it says clear all.
Well, don't do that. Go to the playlist. Go over to the playlist itself.
Oops.
Go to where I told you, and that should be play all. I think that did it.
I got it. Fixed it.
Jay is programming his VCR. It's flashing 1200. I don't know why. It's weird. Okay, are we ready?
I've been ready. Hello.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh.
All right. Turn the lights down. It's too bright in here. It's not spooky enough. No. Probably would look like hell if we did that.
I think we should.
All right, ready?
Anyone else's wife in Poland and have to remember to take out the trash tomorrow morning? Just turn it down.
That knob turns them down
Turn the knob, Matt.
to the left.
I don't know why I'm leaning in the
But
mic
then
to
it
talk
starts
to you.
pulsing, so it doesn't do you any good.
It could be creepy and Halloweeny.
But it's going to give me like a seizure if we do.
Halloweeny.
What do you want from me?
I think it's fine. Leave it exactly the way it is. Yes. Thank you. Okay. Now, can I start? Can I kick it? Can I kick it?
You can kick it.
I'm going to. Yes, you can. All right. Let's go. Welcome back to the Lost Joystick Network, episode 33. Really? Really? I fucking asked you 15 fucking times if you were ready to go, and then as soon as I do the intro, you pull this bullshit. You do this every time!
I just need a pen.
We're going to start over those jokes.
You had like 6 of them. Where'd they go?
I don't know. I think Sarah stole them all.
Did
Oh,
you
here.
really?
Nope, they're right here.
No, he moved them.
I didn't know you didn't have them.
This
We're gonna
is
start
bullshit.
over. All right. It got weird.
I asked for a fucking pen. You put them over there, and then you bitch at me because I don't have a goddamn pen.
That'll be $2.
I fucking quit.
All
Matt,
right, there's an opening. Hey, Matt, jump right in. You know about Dr. Chaos? No, okay. All right. Here we go. Starting over.
are you going to hit the record? Are you going to hit the intro again?
I did it. Yes, I'm going to do it all over.
Okay.
That'll be an outtake for the blooper reel
Do we have a blooper reel?
someday.
Oh.
This whole thing is a blooper reel. Are you kidding? All right, ready? Welcome back to where are we? What is the show called?
LGN.
Stop.
You're listening to LGN.
We got to get this thing on the road. Can't do this again. Everybody be quiet for 2 seconds. Welcome back to the Lost Joystick Network, episode 33. My name is Mike, joined always by my co-host, Jay. Jay, how are you?
Good. Lost my beard.
Yeah, I see that.
Been trying to find it.
Jay came over a few days ago, and everybody was like, who's the strange man that just walked into the house?
Hey, Homer just got here and he's got tattoos.
Yeah, that's weird. He only has that one that says Starland Vocal Band, and they suck. Anyway.
I'm going to get a Mr. Plow tattoo.
Oh, you should. That's a good one. What's that name? What's that name again?
Mr. Plow.
That's right.
Say it again.
What's that name? It's
Mr. Plow.
So before we get too far into the how was your week, I wanted to talk about something. We host the show on Anchor, so anchor.fm.
Yeah.
And one of the features that you get from hosting with Anchor is that you have access to a voicemail system. So people can go to anchor.fm/Lost Joystick Network and leave us a voicemail.
So I would recommend everybody getting drunk and leaving us drunk voicemails.
So somebody did.
Hey, you guys. You're really good.
Nobody's ever said that drunk or sober.
You guys suck.
So I'm gonna play the voicemail from you. It comes from a gentleman named Jackson Kubler. He hosts a podcast called Two Consoles Too Late. TWO Consoles, TOO Late.
It's kind of interesting. I listened to a little bit of it earlier. I don't know what he's doing. Mike's blind and old.
I'm just trying to find the voicemail.
Old
Thank you
boy.
for saying something, so now I have to edit it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that. All right. Here we go. Ready?
Hey Jay, hey Mike, this is Jackson from the Two Consoles Too Late podcast. I just want to let you guys know that if Johnny Iucci is killing anyone's podcast, it's mine. Right? I don't have a co-host or one of those quirky 8-bit intro songs or a video podcast live stream with a really cool looking bad dudes poster in the background. All right? All I have is a microphone and a Twitter account, okay? So game on, guys.
Okay. So let me start with this. Number one, obviously there was some fidelity issue, perhaps with Anchor's system, perhaps with Jackson's system. I don't know. But I'm not really sure how I'm supposed to respond to that. Is it game on with us? Is it game on with Johnny, who's somehow destroying his podcast? Or is he saying game on, gamers, play on, player?
I think he wants to fight Johnny in an alley.
Okay. Dance off. Valdor says dance off. That could be good.
That's legit.
Anyway,
Maybe it is a dance off.
perhaps.
Maybe it's dance off
But anyway.
to video game music. 8-bit
Yeah.
video game music.
So it is game on with the Two Consoles Too Late podcast. And Jackson, we accept your challenge, the vague challenge that was presented. And thank you for listening. And thank you for leaving a voicemail. And anybody else listening, please do the same.
And hey, take a listen to his podcast. Why not? What the hell? We could do that. We can do
Yeah, I
people
did.
listen.
I
Check
listened to
out.
it. They should.
I checked it out.
I
It's
already
interesting.
plugged it. Listen, literally tens
He's
of
only
people.
got a handful of episodes, right?
Literally tens of people have already heard from us about this now.
Well, we got what?
No, don't talk about that. I don't want that. Like, now I got to edit it. Please don't.
We got 900
So Jay, how was your week?
It was good until today.
I have to agree with you there.
Honestly, it was pretty uneventful as always. I know you guys are shocked,
Yeah,
but I haven't really done anything.
yeah.
Went over to your place on Sunday.
Yeah, we
I'll let you
played.
talk about that a little bit though. There's kind of a big deal on that day.
What happened that day?
You fucking kidding me?
Connor's birthday?
Yeah, thank you.
I thought you were talking about something for the show.
No, I was talking. You asked me how my week was. Part of my week entailed going to your house for Connor's birthday.
Yes, it was my son's birthday party, which we had a little late because he was with his mother during his birthday. So
Bro
we had
dude is
some,
19 though.
so we had some people over, had a good time, hung out, and Jay and I played some games and talked and strategized for the podcast. We're trying to get a more regimented schedule, be more proactive with our subject matter. Try to be more active on the social media front. I am trying to do that. So anyway, with all that being said, yeah, I didn't invite Matt because you were at work or asleep, buddy. I don't want to hear it from you. Anyway, so that was it.
Actually, I think that invite, didn't that tie into the invite when Kaylin was here and we were up in Saginaw? in Bay City.
Well, you make a good point all about how
Maybe that's why.
come up on Saturday.
Because that
We'll hang
invite
out.
was tied in. We actually redid our schedule for that week just to go up there for you. I'm sure you don't. Matt's a busy guy. It's okay.
So my week has been good.
Yeah, how's your week been?
The same, you know. It's been my job has been busy and I don't like it, but it's
So
fine.
apparently neither one of us have social lives outside
Nah,
of work right
it's
now.
all right. And then I've just been, you know, I've really been trying to get like all of my duplicate stuff organized. Like I'm going to start getting rid of some of this stuff. So like I've got a bunch of Model 2 Sega CDs. I've got a Turbo Duo RX I want to mod. I've got multiple working Saturns. I've got overflow of Super Famicom games. I'm going to start getting rid of some of it. Just the extra stuff. Nothing out of my personal collection, just things that I don't need two of. So I've been working on that. What else did I do? I don't know. I will say that as we get into the next part of the show, I spent some time with Kalen. Kalen was here for our last show.
Yep.
And the last thing that we did is he and I had gone out and done a little shopping the day he got here, the day he got here. Yeah, the day he got here.
Yeah.
But we really did the majority of our shopping on the Friday and Saturday after we recorded last time or whatever it was.
That
and
was
then you,
probably the Saturday we went up to Saginaw
Yes.
and Bay City, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Bay City and Saginaw.
Went to like 4 different game stores and Crazy Quarters Arcade, and there was a guy that was going to meet us up there that lives up there, but he couldn't make it for whatever
Yeah.
reason. We went to a really nice taqueria that had like barbecue
That place
tacos.
was good.
Yeah, the second time we went there, same place we went with Matteo. So we had a good time there, and yeah, you know, like some people, you can rely on them to show up. Like I know you'll be here for the show, and I always know that if
for
you
sure.
say you're going to do something, you'll be there. And then there are other people you just can't.
I was pretty happy I went up there. The tacos at that place were delicious. I mean, if you weren't there, if you didn't go there, you're missing out.
Yeah.
See, Kalen even said so good.
Yep,
they were delicious.
They were so good. It was fantastic. So had a brisket taco, pulled smoked pork chicken taco, whatever, you know, all that stuff. And they had nice beer too.
Yeah.
It definitely helped. So, but with that being said, that's just a little catch up on us. So that takes us to, what do you think? What does that bring us, Jay?
Well, the next spot on here says it brings us to our collecting update.
That is correct.
All right, I'm done. Sorry, I'm throwing. I was giving Sarah some candy, and Matt was being an a-hole.
Okay.
How's it going?
We're good. You ready?
How was your week?
All right.
Yes.
So, Jay, time for the collecting update. You heard the music. You know what that means. Time to face it.
Oh, God.
What'd you buy?
Let me think about that. Nothing.
You suck!
I do. I don't buy anything. Well, we talked about I got the PlayStation in action and the Xbox in action, so I've been playing some games. I've just been playing that stuff. I need to get back on The Last of Us.
Yes, you do. Because I'll
I've been
say
slipping on that one.
I'll talk a little bit about that in my collecting update, which I know yours is going to take a while, so go ahead.
No spoilers, though. You can't give me any spoilers. You got to be
won't,
very
no.
vague with The Last of Us.
I won't tell you anything about the game.
Okay. That's really, I don't have
So
anything.
that's it.
Yeah, I haven't got anything.
I will start by saying I did purchase The Last of Us for PS5, the remaster. I have played through it already. I'm ready to play, like, I think it's the Game Plus version.
Don't
where you
tell
can.
me anything about it.
I'm not going
Okay.
to.
I'm just making sure. You slip up sometimes. Go ahead. Carry on.
The Game Plus version, where you can say I have unlimited ammo or unlimited crafting or those kinds of things, it changes how the game's played. But you've already played through it, so not you, me, but if you've already played through it, it's kind of a nice way to go do it again. So it has been a lot of fun. I enjoyed that a great deal.
Good.
So but I love that game. It's one of the very few that I would go buy a PS5 remaster of a game I played on the PS4 that was released on the PS3. So there aren't that many of them, and that's one of them. So
When
all
are they
right.
going to do a Last of Us 3?
I'm sure they will. They're doing a Last of Us TV show.
I don't even know why the hell I'm asking. I haven't even finished one. I'm not even halfway through it.
I would pump the brakes if I was you.
Yeah,
you're not even 5% of the way through it, buddy.
Am I really?
You haven't even gotten to where you get the main character of the story.
Oh, shit.
One of the two main characters.
Yeah, I really need to get in there.
Sarah says, fuck the clickers. You got that right. So anyway, but I've actually I've actually purchased quite a bit recently. So I went on a little Xbox 360 buying spree because I live in the world where I'm like, these games aren't going to always be cheap forever.
Oh,
right?
yeah, I went with you the other day.
So I went and bought like the 25 best Xbox 360 games, like things I didn't have, like BioShock. I didn't have BioShock 2. You know, like I have a whole picture of them, but like think of all the best games on Xbox 360, and I went and picked all of them up. At one point, I bought like a stack of them for $60 from Disc Replay. Right?
So you grabbed Connect Adventures?
Hey, can you open that right in the microphone?
Yeah. So you grabbed Connect Adventures? I can keep doing it. We'll edit it out. It's okay.
The numbers keep going down, Jay. It started here, and it goes on this steady decline.
I got some discussion going though. We got Connectimals in there.
Yeah.
Ah.
Okay. So, anyway, I bought a number of Xbox 360 games. I probably bought a lot of them. Too many. Yeah. So
Did you get a Connect?
I have a Connect somewhere.
Do you play with it?
No.
Why?
Do you? My reasons are private. Okay, it's really none of your business. And
you really thought it was up from here, didn't you?
Honestly, I'm a little offended you asked. Anyway, but I bought a bunch of Xbox 360 games. That's the third time I've said that now. But I bought a number of other things. While Kaylin was in town, we went out and did a nice little round trip of shopping. We went down to Utica, Walled Lake, hit the Retro Tacos, the stores here in Flint, and then we spent a day up in Saginaw. You were with us that day running around, and I think we even wound up all the way to Midland or something like that. Did we wind up in Midland?
You mean when it was just the three of us, right? Not four, just three. No, Mike's done. He's leaving. All right.
I got a lot of stuff to put on the table.
Oh, you aren't leaving. I thought it was just going to be a one-man show now.
So one of the things I didn't bring with me, or that I have to mention, is I did a trade with Kalen. So I traded him some things, and I got a bunch of NES boxes and a couple of other things. The NES boxes were like TNC Surf Designs, The Adventures of Bayou Billy, things I was kind of surprised I didn't have, but I got those from him. And then I actually got the back art and manual for NBA Live 98 for the Sega Saturn with Tim Hardaway on the front, whose son played at Michigan.
Tim Hardaway Jr.
Exactly, that's right. But anyway, let's see. Wow, what a game. Yes, it's amazing. Let's see here. I picked up a couple of Turbo games down at the stores in the Retro Taku stores down in Madison Heights and Walled Lake. So I got Ninja Spirit and Moto Rotor. So I know, very exciting. Moto Rotor is kind of like the F1 racing game, Mario game for the Famicom Disk System. It's kind of like that overhead view type game. And then I haven't played Ninja Spirit yet, but I've heard good things about it. That's a good game. I finally got a gray cart of The Legend of Zelda, The Adventures of Link, Zelda 2.
Nice.
So I didn't have that gray cart, the Classic Series cart. Grabbed
really?
that.
You didn't have that?
Yeah, I know. I didn't have it. So I just grabbed it.
That and the Bayou Billy both kind of throw me off.
Yeah, I know. I don't know how I didn't have the box for The Adventures of Bayou Billy, but here we are.
Yeah.
Okay. So also, I purchased a couple things off of our friend John, so Retro Game Enthusiast, who we will talk to in a little bit. He sold me a sealed copy of Dr. Chaos for the Famicom Disk System, which I did not have. And he actually sent in a couple of other things. Now, he also sold me some RAM adapters for the Famicom Disk System itself, but nobody wants to hear about that. He also sold me, or sent me, actually, as a gift, Mario Brothers for the Famicom in this cute, adorable little box, and Tetris for the Famicom. So that was very nice of him. Thank you, John.
That's nice, because you gave away your copy.
We gave away the copy. Well, John sent it to us specifically to give away. But yes, it was never my copy. It was my copy to give away. I purchased some Atari games. So I think we got these at the one-up next to Crazy Quarters in Saginaw, Bay City, right? It's Bay City.
Yeah, it's basically that's where you got those.
So Megamania, Activision.
Because I think you and Kalen both got a couple. Didn't
Yeah.
Kalen get a couple of Atari games there too?
He got. Well, I'll get to it. But
Yeah,
yes,
sorry.
I got grabbed Donkey Kong. These are all 2600. Pac-Man, like the original Pac-Man, no sticker. I can't hear what he said, so I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear anything. And Yar's Revenge, the black box Sears Telegame version of Yar's Revenge, which I'm glad I grabbed because if I wouldn't have, Kalen would have bought it because he wound up buying the black box Telegames version of Space Invaders, which was right next to it. So.
Whoa, I've never seen that.
Yeah, well, there you go. The real coup de grace of what I bought, though, was this.
Well, big spender. It's $10.
Whoa.
Baseball Stars 2 for the Neo Geo AES complete. That has been sitting at Retro Taku for a few months, and I kept telling myself I wasn't going to buy it. And they have a special every year. If you buy this hat, you get 10% off everything in the store, which I had. And then they also had 10% off of all their used games. So I actually got to stack those two things, and I wound up purchasing the game because of it. So I was pretty excited about that. I picked up, that's I think my 6th or 7th AES game. So I was pretty happy to.
I think it's 7, isn't it?
I think it is 7. Well, maybe 8 because I got the Magician Lord loose too. I think it's 8.
Oh yeah.
So, but yeah, so that's pretty spooky, you know.
Spooky?
Ooh.
Actually, Pac-Man
You know what?
could be
Pac-Man's
spooky. He's got ghosts.
He's got ghosts. He's got ghosts. So that's a little bit about what I picked up. I also grabbed Alien Storm for the Genesis from Kyle at Retro. He got that in. It was complete, looked good, so I grabbed it. And that was pretty much it. So what you doing? Oh, yeah.
See the little, I didn't look at this yet.
All right.
That's awesome. John's a good guy.
He is a good guy.
Yes.
Yep. He also sent me my book back. I've had my No Effects book that I lent him during COVID. And I was like, you can keep it as long as you want. And he's like, no, I'll send it back. So he did. So that's cool. Finally got that back. If you got a Sharpie, you can turn that Pac-Man into a Fac-Man. I don't know if I want to do that. I don't think I want to do that. So, yep, that's a little bit of the update on what I bought. And obviously, you know, your haul as well. So
I know. I got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, thank you for pulling that out of the box. Good luck putting it back in. just wait, man.
No, I gotta watch this.
Yeah, just watch. Oh, look at you. Yeah, how's that manual doing?
Just fine.
Looks like you smushed it in there.
No, I didn't.
I don't believe him. It's ruined.
Yeah, just like that candle.
Anyway, yes, exactly. All right. So, Jay, why don't you tell the people listening what we're here to talk about?
What we're here to talk about.
What's today's topic du jour?
Today's topic du jour is chewy lemon heads. I mean, Dr. Chaos for the Nintendo Entertainment System. I know Tyler's in the chat probably just freaking out because we've never done a Nintendo game.
Yeah, it's our first NES game that we've ever done.
Yeah.
So, you know, I just want to make sure everybody understands we've been waiting to, if we're going to do one, you got to do a good one.
Yes, Dr. Chaos it is.
Right, so. A little bit of the, a little taste of the Dr. Chaos ambiance. Ooh. What's that? Anyway.
Tyler, I got bad news for you, friend.
Okay. So, let me fade that out because now I have to edit stuff. And I can't edit it with the music in the
I'm
background.
angry with the editing.
I am. I'm really getting resentful of the editing.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's just very hard. I can tell when there's moments I'm going to have to do a lot of work.
Yeah, it's normally every time I open my mouth.
Usually it's when something's playing and you talk over it.
I love talking over stuff.
I know you do. Trust
Love it.
me, I edit this show. I know what you like.
Yeah. Can you hit another button on there? Let's talk.
Yeah, let's see what we got here. No, anyway, let me probably stop that. But yeah, Dr. Chaos for the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Yep.
Tell me a little bit about the release of this game, Jay.
Well, it came out originally in Japan. It came out in June 17th, 1986 for the Famicom Disk System. I'm going to butcher how this was pronounced, so I'm going to let you go ahead and take that one. Or are you going to butcher it too?
Give me 1 second.
You'll get it better than I will.
Give me 1 second.
I'll give you the 1 second, but while you're doing that, it actually translates to Dr. Chaos Hell's Gate.
That is correct. And actually, that came out. We're going to do that over because that is wrong. That should say 1987.
Oh.
So,
You want to take it from the top again?
Jay, why don't you tell me a little bit about the release of this game?
Well, it was released in Japan, June 17th, 1987,
Yeah.
on the Famicom disk system. And I'm going to butcher this name, so I'm going to have you say it for me.
I'm going to probably screw it up too, but I believe it is.
You'll get better than I will.
I believe it is Dokuda Kaosu Jingoku no Tobira, which translates to.
Dr. Chaos Hell's Gate. That's a pretty cool name.
It's a cool name. And then what?
And then it was released in North America, November 1988. We didn't have a specific day on that one.
No, you don't get them like you do over there.
Nope.
We're not
we
as
don't.
put together over here.
You want to give me some gameplay and story info?
Oh man, I'm so glad you asked. So
You're waiting, aren't you?
this game is an action adventure game with point and click moments, or however you want to call it. Like it's both. It's an action adventure game and it's a point and click adventure game. Okay? And the premise is you are Michael Chaos, which I want that to be my name.
We could change it.
It can be Michael Chaos or Michael Scarn. Either one is fine. I'll be either one. So, but no, and as Michael Chaos, you are the brother of the mad physicist Dr. Jin Chaos, who I believe is the titular, I just want to say titular.
Well, all right.
I think that's where the name of the game is derived, everybody, is Dr. Jin Chaos. Anyway, so Dr. Jin Chaos, or Dr. Chaos in this case, has created an interdimensional warp gate. That is his latest invention. And it allows access to, quote, worlds beyond our own. And you just show up one day, right? Like, you're just going to see your brother, crazy brother, lives in a mansion, probably an eccentric, affluent guy, right? And he shows up and the whole mansion is fucked up. There's monsters everywhere. There's mutants everywhere. And they're weird, man. You got tell me a little bit about the monsters and mutants in this game.
And the monsters and mutants that are everywhere. So
They
we got
are
bats.
everywhere. Yep.
We've got Crimson Ghosts.
Yeah, they're the face of the Crimson Ghost is literally, it looks like to me.
Most people would probably correlate that with the Misfits.
Correct, yes.
But yes, it's the Crimson Ghost. And then saggy boob monsters.
Yeah, you
said
dubbed them
soggy.
saggy boob monsters.
Yeah, they look like they have
That's what
a bunch of flapjack boobs.
They have 3 sets of them, it almost looks like. And a number of other poorly drawn.
Yeah, they got the skull bat guy with wings.
Yeah.
It's like the Avenged Sevenfold
Kind of
album cover guy.
Kind of like
Maybe
that.
that's what they took their album art from. Was
Perhaps
from Dr.
it could have been influenced by Dr. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised based on the quality of that music.
It's a good band.
Avenged Sevenfold.
I mean, they're no 311, but
what is, my friend? Anyway, so you show up, places run amok with monsters and mutants, and I don't know how you determine this, but you have to go collect the pieces of this laser, right? You have to go to all these, they're called warp zones in this place that he's created, this interdimensional warp gate, and you must go to all these warp zones to collect these pieces of this laser that you must assemble. Okay, once you assemble the laser, you can then in turn go to the person that's in charge of all this, the final boss. I forget his name. It's in here somewhere. We'll get to it. Canbarian.
farting lion.
Yeah, the farting lion. Exactly.
We'll get to that in a minute.
But you have to collect all these pieces by defeating all the bosses of all these different warp, warp levels. Once you get all the pieces together, you can go fight the final boss and defeat him. But so I will say that this game, like, people keep saying, what kind of game is this? And the only, how you doing there, Sarah? Chat stuff? Yeah. When people say, what kind of game is this? The only thing I can say is, if you've ever tried to play, imagine you're playing Goonies and Goonies 2 on NES, along with the Friday the 13th and Super Pitfall.
Oh, so that makes it sound like a great game.
It's those 3 games mashed together in just it's a perfect combination of the 3, I'd say, if you're really trying to get to the core of what it is. So
is that what you would call a polished turd?
we'll get to each other's opinions of the game much later in the show, but
I was just kind of asking.
I mean, there are people out there that
Like a
like
culmination.
Goonies 2 and Friday the 13th. I don't know if there's
I'm sure
anybody
there are.
that likes Super Pitfall, but anyway. So, yes, essentially it's a side-scrolling platformer. It has point-click adventure as well. You are scrolling through the mansion. That's your side-scrolling part. While you're doing that, you must go into these rooms, and these rooms are where you can get to those warp zones. So you go into the rooms, and you get lost because that's when you go into that faux three-dimensional dungeon crawlery kind of interface that you'd get from Goonies, and they're like, are windows, and there are doors, and there are closets, and you must open them and look for things like the weapons that you can get, which are a knife, which you start with, a handgun, a machine gun, and grenades. So, but what you can also do in those rooms is you can try to find these warp levels. You have to like hit the walls.
Yes.
Like you have 4 different things that you have as these point and click actions. They are open, get, go, and hit. So when you walk into a room like that, you can say, you basically point at like the dresser and say, open it. And you open it. Maybe there'll be a gun in there or not. And if there is a gun in there, you hit get and you'll be able to grab it. Sometimes you will hit the wall and it will create this hole, right? I don't want to get too far off track, but there's actually like a homing device tracing unit that you can find in the game.
Yeah.
And that when you have that, you will know when you go into these rooms whether you can warp out of them or not. That's how you discover where the warp zones are.
If I remember right, you get that.
It blinks at you.
Don't you get that from? Is it with the first boss? No.
I'm not going to get too far down where it comes from because we're just going to get lost in the details and no one cares.
Okay.
So
somebody might care.
Then they should play this game or watch a speed run.
Touche.
You can also find items. The items are all vitamins, so like yellow and red vitamins. Sometimes when you beat a boss, you can also get blue vitamins. They are the most powerful ones, I believe.
What do the blue vitamins do? Oh, there it is. Boner alert. Arkanoid.
Yeah, it's our classic. So, yeah, so the I hesitate to use the word interesting, but one of the interesting parts of this game is that you can only collect items in the point and click interface. You must stock all of the things that you get then. You use them in the side-scrolling part of the game, but you must get them when you're in that three-dimensional type interface.
Yeah.
You can't find weapons or vitamins or anything like that other than at the end of the levels with the bosses. There's none of that stuff anywhere.
Yes.
We talked about the 10 warp zones you got to find the laser pieces. There are also some pieces of equipment. Why don't you tell me a little bit about the pieces of equipment that you can find to upgrade your character in this action adventure game?
We get the ultra space sensor, and that's the
sensor we talked about. It shows you when you're in an area that you can warp. Like you'd be able to warp. You got to find how to warp out of, right?
You get the air helmet, which you need for the underwater levels.
Of
I
which
think there's
3.
3?
There's 3 underwater levels, everybody. Everybody's favorite.
Yes, because nobody likes underwater levels in any game.
No.
Okay.
You know where I really hate them? Last of Us. There's nothing I hate more than diving under the water and then being like, well, can't make it back up. I guess I'll just watch this guy drown then. Like I'm watching my worst fears in life come alive. Like, I'm like, yeah, well, okay, you can drown in the game, Jay. That's a spoiler. Yep, sorry, I've ruined the game. Don't play it. I'll tell you all about it.
Back to my equipment. I can get jump boots.
What do the jump boots let you do?
Jump.
That's true. They let you jump higher.
Duh.
And then what else?
You get a shield suit.
And what does it do?
It shields you.
So how would that help you?
Your energy depletes slower.
See, to me,
if you get hit.
That's not incentive.
No.
That means I might stay alive longer in the game.
Right?
So...
And you also get to assemble pieces of the laser, which are required to fight the final boss, Canabarian.
We talked about that a little bit earlier, but
Lion farts.
If you go, you can go to him at any time. It's almost like Zelda 2. You can go to the last palace if you want. Now in Zelda 2, if you show up at the last palace, you get smoked immediately.
You're dead.
You die.
Yeah.
In this game, you can go fight Canabarian without all the pieces of the laser, but you can't hurt him. You just show up and shoot at him and nothing happens. So why?
He just laughs and kills you.
He just growls and farts.
Yes, he does. Lion farts.
Jay, tell me a little bit about the background and development of this game. I'll help because I know there's some stuff in there you don't want to talk about.
There's a couple names in here I probably don't want to do. I always butcher them. I'm terrible with that.
I know.
So, the game was developed by Marionette, which is a programming company. And SRS, which is the design company.
Right, they did the design part.
Yes. It was published by FCI. You want to say
The Fujisankei Communications International, and they're
the American arm of Fujisaki Communications Group.
Yep, which is a big Japanese media conglomerate. They were the ones that did Fuji TV,
yep.
all that kind of stuff. So they're a big, like, I don't know if it would be more like Comcast or NBC or whichever it was, but that's what they did back then. Yep.
And the other games they published in the U.S., of course, was Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, Pool of Radiance for the NES.
The best Advanced Dungeons and Dragons
Hell
game.
yeah.
And
then Phantom Fighter, also for the NES.
And they did a number of other games, but most of them did not make it to the U.S.
Those were probably the most notable.
These were the only U.S. games for the NES that they did besides Dr. Chaos, neither of which I think people would put on, they would not hold in the highest.
Top 500.
We'll see.
Maybe top
Stay
100.
tuned. Stay tuned and we'll find out.
All right.
So yeah, the designer was Seishi Yokota, and he was also involved in the design of AD&D, Pool of Radiance, and Phantom Fighter. Honestly, what I found is most of the people involved in any aspect of this game were involved in, the AD&D game and the Phantom Fighter as well. Yeah. So now
Let me know. I got a question for you because we started to segue it a little bit, but what do we got for reception? Or am I jumping ahead?
That's what I was just going to lead into. So I was going to ask you. Where do you think on Polygon's top 500 games of all time that Dr. Chaos for the NES or for the Famicom Disk System landed?
If I was a guessing man,
Yeah.
Say I didn't look at the notes.
Maybe you're not looking at the notes. And maybe you're just listening to this and not watching a live stream.
I'd say it'd be 497.
Top 100, you think?
No, 497. You said top
497.
500. Yeah, 497.
I see. So like in the top 500.
Oh, you thought I meant 4 FOR, comma.
Yeah, let's maybe just do that again.
I'd say it'd be around 497.
It was not ranked.
Oh.
Okay. I know it's hard to believe.
No, it wasn't.
Look, that list was made in like 2018, man. A lot of games that come out since like 30 years. Who knows? Maybe in 1988, it might have been on the list. Maybe.
What about Game Informer's?
Game Informer's top 100 games of all time, 2001, a little earlier. Where did it land?
We just need to bring that back.
What about Game Informer's top 200 games in 2009? What do you think about that?
We'll go with a big goose egg on that one, too. Yeah, we're just going to go. We're going to go 0 for 3 on that one.
So, Sarah says, fuck Game Informer. Wow. Hater over here. So,
but they were informative about games. Oh. So informative.
So I couldn't find a lot on the reception of this game. I will tell you, I believe it was Electric Gaming Magazine or Electric Gaming, not EGM, it was a different one, whatever it was called. Video Game.
Electric Gaming Magazine 2, Electric Magazine Boogaloo.
Electric Chaosaloo. No, it was not. They did an actual article about this game and gave you a bunch of maps and stuff, but I can't even tell you what the name of the magazine was. This game was not featured in any, it was not on the cover of any Nintendo Power magazine. I don't remember a lot of advertisement, although there is a cool advertisement from the back of a comic book that I thought was pretty cool. I found that was about it.
Oh,
this game did not receive a big budget from an advertising or development perspective, is my guess. But anyway, so I went to Moby Games, which is a good resource for information about games like this, right? And they have their own rating system, right? You can go and rate the game and people can write reviews. And some of these have been there for, 15, 20 years now. So I grabbed a couple of them and I threw them in here. I want you to read these? You want me to read these?
Well, did you want to go with what the 5 user reviews were out of the gate?
I didn't really care about that part. Yeah. So do you want to read these or do you want me to read these?
You want to share them? I'll read one.
Yeah, you pick. Which one do you want to do?
I'll do the Honest Gamers one.
Okay, Honest Gamers. That's the first one. Go ahead.
Okay. It says, I applaud Dr. Chaos for implementing some unique ideas. There are elements of Metroid and Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest here, and even some survival horror elements due to the item management. This could have been one of those forgotten 8-bit classics, but the poor controls, repetitive item farming, and awful music, which I argue that I think it had good music, kept this dedicatedly in the B tier of NES games. Dr. Chaos is destined to forever remain one game with the really cool box art that very few people ever played, and that's really the best. Really for the best.
So I'm going to say this. I don't think it's fair to say that very few people ever played it. I think a lot of people got this game and played it. They just didn't do it for very long or enjoy it. No. That's my guess. Okay. So yeah, that was Honest Gamers on Moby Games. That was a review that they had written about the game. Now the other one is classicgames.net, which classic-games.net, which is still a site, by the way, still alive out there, kicking. I didn't like Dr. Chaos back in the day, and I don't like it now. I approached this playthrough with fresh eyes and as sort of a cleaning up unfinished business. Although I actually completed the game this time, I felt no sense of accomplishment, but instead the overwhelming feeling that I had just wasted my time. Avoid this one. And he says, there aren't many games I've hated within a few minutes of picking up the controller. Dr. Chaos is definitely one of them.
Ouch.
That's rough. Okay, I'm not going to lie. That's tough.
Yeah.
So, a little bit of the Dr. Chaos room music.
I still say the music isn't bad.
I have to agree with you. I don't mind the intro screen. Pretty good. The intro screen music and the room, that music we just heard, I like it. But it is repetitive.
And the actual splash screen's good.
They wrote like 3 12-second jingles, and that's all you hear through the whole game.
Yeah, that's true. I guess it would get repetitive.
He makes a very good point that you have to, every time that you complete a warp zone, you must come back to the house and go into these same spaces and get the gun and get the grenade and get these things. Because like I said, you can only get them in the point and click area. You cannot get them any other way. So, okay, all that being said, time to move into the LJN game rating section of the show. We have an order.
We do.
We're going to call John first.
Yes, sir.
Then we're going to go Robbie.
Yep.
Myself, Jay, and then we have a review from our friend Sashimi Z.
Can't wait to hear what he has to say.
Can't wait. So I'm going to give John a call, but I'm calling him from Discord, so everybody has to give me a little leeway here because it may not work perfectly the first time.
Well, go ahead and do that.
All right.
I'll catch us up on chat.
Catch up on chat. Let me do this.
Majority of it's looks like it's Matt and Sarah, but either way, it's still good. So.
Well, that's their job.
Hi. Sarah said hi.
Hi, Sarah. All right. Let me pull up Discord here.
Mike, do you have your mix minus enabled for USB?
I'm good. I have everything done. But I have to, it's when I connect this.
They're working on Discord stuff. It's all good, people.
Hold on, I got it. Thank you.
Erroneous game memory.
Oh,
yes.
Stop
it with your IT language.
No.
That's a good call.
I need to go to here.
Just go by the seat of your pants.
Voice and video.
That's the way we do it. We got this, right?
Output device.
That's what we're saying. You guys do all your IT bullshit.
Broadcaster. This should work. Voice activity.
ESPN The Ocho had a great review for it. For what? Dr. Chaos? Yeah. Oh. When you say The Ocho, do you mean The Ocho Cinco? A.K.A. Chad Johnson? Do you even know what that is?
Yeah, I know who Ocho Cinco.
I don't know if you know.
You guys. All right, let's call our friend. Let's see what happens here.
Committal, you can actually get 2 bookmarks.
Hey, look at that. Can you hear us?
Oh, sorry. Hey, what's going on?
There he is. Hold on. We had to test this out, so we're going to do this one more time. Let me, I had to make sure it worked first. So, all right, I'm going to pretend I just called you again. Ready? So just say whatever it is that you want to say in like 2 seconds, like I just called you through Discord.
So after hunting down the second goblin that was stealing socks from the dryer,
Everybody knows what time it is. It's time for the one and only Mr. Famicom Box himself. That's because Tyler tells me to call him that. Retro game enthusiast, John Mother Grabbing Young.
for a second there, I thought you were just going to.
You thought I was going to use my swears.
Like, everybody knows what time it is. Done.
I probably should have.
It's 10:07 p.m. here.
Oh, Jesus.
9:07 where you're at. Oh, 9:05. Wow, you must have got an extra 2 minutes.
He did.
Maybe my clock's fast.
Oh, 9:06 now.
This is almost as riveting as the weather stuff.
Oh.
Wonder if it's still hot in California.
Yeah.
You need to ask Johnny.
Mr. Young, how are you?
I'm pretty good. I've been left alone in a house with 2 cats.
Yes.
And it's a lot more chores than I remember.
We should say John's wife has taken a trip to Poland. She's Polish, and I saw that she was in Krakow and a lot of other places. So yeah.
Yeah. She's having a good old time.
Thank you for confirming her travel.
All right. Sure.
So what have you been up to, man? Do you pick up anything else? Have you picked up anything?
Yeah, I got another 200 Famicom games, which I'm realizing that about every episode I have like another 200 Famicom games. So.
Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
If I had to ask you to estimate the number of Famicom carts you have in your possession, what would you say
Like
that number
on
is?
me?
Not,
Like
I mean,
right
like
now,
let's
like
say
pockets and stuff.
in your
Empty the
home,
pockets.
or any storage facility you may own.
I no longer have any storage facilities, which is amazing. That's the beautiful
That's
thing
great.
of owning a home.
So,
So I probably have like 700 and some unique titles in my collection, excluding Famicom disc games. But I
That's
also
unique.
keep multiple copies. So when I pick up a complete in box, I tend to leave that as the complete box, and then have a loose cart for my card catalog.
so let me ask again.
Sure.
How many cartridges would you say that you have total in your home?
For Famicom specifically, probably about 2,500.
2,500, I see.
Sweet.
And then
Jesus Christmas.
let's say how many Famicom disk system discs? That is a lot. That's a lot.
So yeah, so I'm at about 150 Famicom disc games for unique titles. Some of them
Right.
are two-sided, but then I have a lot more duplicates. So I bought a ton of sealed Famicom disc games, as you know, you've probably noticed from a recent pickup.
One less. I know
So-
that.
I think I have about 50 of those, and then I have a couple of cases.
I need to just
And
come to
then-
Kansas City and hang out and go through your stuff, man.
I hear
Yeah,
they have
I would
great
say-
barbecue down there.
I've
I
heard.
would say 300 Famicom discs is
Okay.
probably light.
Okay. All right. Just curious. Okay. So as we use that in a segue to move towards the topic.
But that's okay. Sorry if you want to segue, but I got more pickups.
No. Let me. We'll
got
just
more
chop
stuff.
that out. Sorry. You're right.
No.
Sorry. Okay. So anyway, go ahead. Sorry. Yeah, keep going.
So I picked up a couple of complete box Game Boy games from our buddy Joan Bone.
Yeah, I saw that.
Kong 94, which I'm excited because I had like a really bad box a while ago, and then loose copies. So it's nice to actually have a decent one. Madden 95, everybody's favorite Game Boy title. I've
Yeah.
jumped onto that train.
Yes, everybody's favorite Game Boy title, Madden 95. I know when I think
here.
about sitting down with my Game Boy, I think, man, let me snag that copy of Madden 95. That's usually what I want to play.
The first year that Kurt Cobain couldn't play.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's a good point, man. That's true.
Uh,
Anyway,
No, that's pretty much it. One of the Famicom games that I got is essentially a horoscope game, so it's probably the equivalent of Famicom's Taboo,
okay,
except
yeah.
for it's explicitly for 1989. So if you want to know what your fortune was in 1989, and maybe if you have like journals, you could see how accurate it was.
So you're just saying that the answers that are generated are very generational and specific to the era.
Yes, because it's astrology, and specifically for 1989.
I
Some
see.
of the Chinese astrology, and I assume through that some of the reaching over to Japan is specific to not only the month of the year but also the year itself.
That sounds like that doesn't sound very good. I'm not gonna lie. It doesn't sound very good.
I wanted to open up another topic. We haven't talked about astrology on this episode yet. So.
Yeah, you're right. We haven't. So anyway, what else did you get?
No, that's good. If you want to smoothly transition into the topic of the show.
Oh, okay, cool. So, speaking of astrology, many doctors practice astrology.
Yeah.
I was going for the worst possible segue there. So, tell me a little bit about your experience with Dr. Chaos.
So, this is another one of those games where I can appreciate the ambition. There's a lot going on. I don't know if Goonies 2 came out before or after this. Probably
It was 3
after.
months before.
Okay.
Goonies 2 was
but-
released 3 months prior to this.
But I mean, like Goonies Versus was around, and then Goonies 1 was for the Famicom, and then I think there may have been an Atari game. So I mean, it's got a lot of that kind of feel, except for everything is just a little bit worse.
Yes, a little bit. That's one way to put it.
So the music, and this is, I was hoping that the Famicom disc music would be like much better. It was decent, and I think they just filled in some of the second sound chip sounds with just more bloops and bleeps from the NES sound chip. But I mean, other than that, it seems like they're pretty much the same game.
I watched a playthrough. I did not play my copy because I did not want to open it. But
yeah.
I watched a playthrough and there wasn't a lot of variance in the music. It was a little, there were, like you said, there were moments, but in general, it was about the same.
But yeah, so all the ambition, the music, to Jay's point, like there's something good about the music, but it doesn't seem to match up with the game. And then it is very repetitive. And there's certain, like, I think once you go, through the portal, like into that backyard looking thing, that's kind of like, the music is almost there and then it just pulls back. Same with the graphics. Like some of those like sprites look like they would be cool if somebody would just spend a little bit more time on them.
I think you could say that about just about every part of this game. The music is cool, but then it's like, okay, it just stopped or it took this bad turn. Like it's fine, but then you're like, man, this could have been really good if you'd have just had like a little bit more time with it, or maybe we're just a little more talented.
Right.
Maybe.
And so, go ahead.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
Same with those controls. Like, they're not great. They're almost acceptable. And so the whole time I'm playing it, all I'm thinking about is other games that I like about it. And in my brain, I went into like this whole like, would this be considered a Metroidvania if it came out, let's say, 15 years later? Like, how do we kind of like that exploratory action kind of platformer thing? Like, is that what makes it a Metroidvania? Never mind. We'll jump past that. But there's a lot of little aspects about this that I really wanted to like about the game, and there were enjoyable aspects. Some of the boss battles were kind of interesting. They weren't fun, but they were interesting, like kind of graphically kind of cool. The underwater levels were horrible. Like for some reason I got moon physics, and then like, there's like a bad guy just zipping around the screen hitting me constantly.
Yeah, and it suffers from that, like you get hit and you get bounced back up in the air and then the guy follows you and you can't land because you get hit again and you keep bouncing in the air like that.
Exactly.
Those physics are just the juggle almost. Like it's like you're doing a combo in Mortal Kombat and like you can kind of keep the guy afloat until you can do something again. It's almost like that. The guy's juggling you. The fish is juggling you.
Exactly. And so it's one of those games, and that's the other thing, and the frame rate on this can go real slow, real quick. I didn't, so go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I won't get too far down that rabbit hole, but I watched a number of speed runs, and one of the things that they did is they had to ensure that they killed a proper big enemy, and because if they didn't, it would slow the game down and it would cost them time. That was a very common theme with the speed running.
Yeah, and then for the Famicom disk system, in between screens wasn't horrible, but it was noticeable enough to kind of be a pain.
The original loading screens, the original loading time, right?
Yeah, and literally, yeah. And this is so. See, this game, I try to like think about like. I try not to dock too many points from a game that's ambitious. I mean, like I'm still thinking about it whether or not, for me, it was worth playing. I think to a certain extent, I like that I played it, but I don't know how many people actually put this in the, oh, that's the game I had and nobody else loves it, but I do kind of situation. I'm sure there are those people out there, but I feel like this game has a smaller number of those people than,
I'm going to say
normal.
that I haven't met one yet. And if we're going to meet
Well-
one, it might be one of the people that's on the panel of rating this game during this show. So, like, I don't think there are a lot of apologists for Dr. Chaos out there. At least I have not run into. I'll talk about it in my personal opinion, but I agree with you.
It's like Tengen RBI or Silent Service. It seems like there were copies of these games out there, but I don't know anybody that bought it originally.
Right. It's the Top Gun syndrome. I call that the Top Gun syndrome. Who bought Top Gun? I don't know anybody that bought it new, but everybody I knew had it.
Yeah.
Like
exactly.
everybody has it, but nobody bought it new. It just appeared.
Oh, quick aside, is the sequel, was it Duel, whatever, Top Gun 2, is that worth money now? Because that's got to be like the biggest like NES game
It's
ever.
like Bubble Bobble 2, right? For Power
Well, I'm just
Blade
thinking
2.
because the Top Gun 2 movie came out like 30 years after
I
the
see.
sequel to the game.
The Maverick. So now
Yeah,
everybody's
and
clamoring for the second mission on NES.
Yeah, I feel like it's probably, obviously it was premonition. It knew that the movie was going to come out
Yeah,
30
okay.
years later.
Fair.
Right. So I'm just kind of,
Are you just avoiding getting to your rating of this game?
yes, I am. So it's got to be a 2 for me. Like, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. What did I rate?
If you ask about Altered Beast and what you rated it, I'm going to strangle you.
No.
Okay,
I was
okay,
going to go for the Godzilla, the first one. I feel like this is better than that one, but honestly, I felt better about the ambition of the first Godzilla than this one. I'm going to stick with 2, just to make Tyler happy.
So it's a 2.
Well, yeah, 2.
Very good.
But if everybody else is 2, then bump me up to 2.5.
You got it. If everybody else says it's 2, it's 2.5. Got it.
And then you can just do the when you're editing this, cut out all this part, but then over my voice when I say, "Oh, it's going to be a 2," you just it's a 2.
I'll put my own voice. I've always loved the Denver Broncos.
Exactly.
Yes, I've been a huge fan of the Atlanta Falcons for my entire life. No, I remember going to Atlanta Falcons games when I was a kid. Yeah, I gotcha. Just say 2.5.
Okay, 2.5.
Perfect. I'll use that.
No, that's pretty much it.
All right.
I did enjoy playing this to a certain extent, but it's almost like sorry, one more analogy.
Yeah.
It's like when what is like Purgatory, I think in The Good Place, one of the characters said something along the lines of everything is horrible, so it's just a little less than enjoyable.
I don't know that one.
No, that's fine.
Sorry.
It's not a big deal. Or since Default Jen is in the chat, it's like when he was talking about Ozark. It's like Breaking Bad, but everything's just a little bit worse.
That's a good way to put it. All right.
This is just like Goonies, an acceptable game, but just a little bit worse.
It's I'm not going to get into my personal opinion,
Oh, that's fine.
but I will say, Jay, what do you think?
It's not my turn yet.
I know. What do you think about what John had to say?
I like it.
He
I was
wasn't
hoping
listening at all.
Mike, you just don't get
I
your
most certainly
opinion at
was
all.
too.
You just stay neutral on this game. This is the one game you refuse to ever rate.
That's the problem with neutrals, is you never know where they stand.
Yeah, sure.
Anyway, all right.
No, that's all for me.
I was more interested
very
in
good.
John's Famicom collection.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about that offline. So I think we need to...
Have John rock out with his cock out? Yes. Yes, we do.
Oh,
Whoa.
yeah. All right.
You don't have to have your wiener out, John. It's okay.
I appreciate the allowing me to be comfortable in this scenario.
Song's gonna end, guys.
It is going to end. All right, John. Thanks for coming on, buddy.
All right, later.
Rock and roll legend John Young, retro game enthusiast.
The one and only.
The song stopped. Oh, it's back. And it stopped. And it's back.
I went to stop it, but it already stopped itself.
Is it there? Is
I
it gone?
fucked up. All right, let's call our friend Robbie.
So I was close with John.
You were close.
I gave him. I thought he'd pick he'd say 3. And he said 2.5.
Really?
So close.
Interesting. I think I need one more of those drinks.
Do you know what,
That'll be
Robbie? What do you think I gave Rob? What do you think I picked Robbie's score? What's your score for Robbie?
1.5.
1.5.
That's what I think Robbie's going to say. Oh, now it's good. All right, let's give Robbie a call. You ready? I got to get situated here and be ready.
You setting up Magmax for him?
Yes, I'm going to set up the Mag Max music.
Surprise, Robbie! You got a new song.
Hello.
Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, it's time for 8-bit supremacy. Robbie Coleman. I'm bad.
That's not as bad as Lords of Thunder.
Mr. Coleman, how are you, sir?
I'm all right. I gotta say, the Lords of Thunder thing, while as much as I love that game and the soundtrack, doesn't really suit John that well. And that's not a diss to John either. I just feel like he's not a Sega CD guy, and you need something Famicom-ish for him.
We'll keep working on it.
Yeah, just keep working on it.
I just went with John as a badass dude, and that was a badass song. That's my logic. I'm sticking to it.
I see the logic. Yeah, I see the logic. I'm not trying to micromanage your podcast or anything.
There can only be so many bad dudes on the podcast. That's the word I'm looking for.
The Codcast.
The Codpast.
Yeah.
You might have heard that I was fired as the Super Veil of the Sunny Sparks Park. Anyway, all right. Robbie, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, sleepy.
Sounds like it.
I'm doing sleepy.
I did appreciate you playing his intro and then him yawning as soon as it was done.
I thought he was all hyped up and excited. Then I heard him yawning. I was like, oh, he's bored to tears. I don't blame him.
Well, hey, man, this episode hasn't really been going smoothly, so I was kind of falling asleep here and there.
Number one, how dare you? Okay. Easy for you to judge. Okay, I can't help it. I'm kidding.
I'm fine.
I know.
Fine.
Anyway,
Fine.
so how you been? Did you pick up anything recently? Any pickups before we get to the subject at hand?
I finally got a Skeleton Crew manual I bought off of eBay, which was like the only missing Genesis manual I had for my CIB Genesis collection, which is, I don't even know how many. I got like almost 400 Genesis games or something.
Nice.
It's the only one that was missing a manual and it was killing me. Looking for it for like 5 years, and I finally just pulled the trigger on a cart manual listing on eBay.
You did the right thing. I'm going to tell you.
I know, dude.
We talked about it, but that's the right move. You're never going to, finding those are just, they're not going to come up by themselves, or they're going to be in a complete box, or they're going to be like you got like a carton manual. That's the only way at this point. And then you just sell off what you had. Not to me though, because I won't do that.
I have an extra cart now that I have to sell to somebody, because the listing was like $125 for a carton and manual, and I was like, I had just made $275 off selling some random ass Game Boy game that was on my shelf to a guy on Instagram, which I did not even know was worth that much, and I was like, I don't need this. Sold it, and I was like, well, then use a chunk of this as some fun money and buy myself that damn manual.
Wasn't that DJ? Did you sell it to DJ?
Yeah.
Yeah, he seems like a good dude. I follow him.
Yeah, it was a Daffy Duck game by Sunsoft for the Game Boy, and I had like a mint complete in box one. Some other guy on Instagram was selling his for $275, and I was like, oh no shit, that's worth $275. And so I just was like,
I do that.
I saw that the DJ guy was a backup claim on that post, so I like slithered in there.
I love that. That's the best when you're like, hey man, maybe you didn't get the first one, but you can get the best one.
Mine's actually nicer than the one the guy was selling, so lucky him.
That's what I'm saying. You slid right into his DMs and offered him something a little nicer.
Right, that's right. That's what I do. That's how I roll.
Like, I don't know. Anyway, cool. That's awesome.
I think that's all I got for collect, because I don't kind of at the end of my rope with acquiring games, and the ones that I want. Well, the games I want and need are like so expensive. I need to wait for like the perfect opportunity. I can't just go online and buy it.
So you didn't get like Moto Rotor for the TurboGrafx 16 like me?
No, but the other game you picked up was awesome. Ninja Spirits.
I've heard it's good. Yeah, it was like a $90 game. I think I wound up getting again same thing, like the 10 plus 10% off on it. But I think I probably paid somewhere in the neighborhood of $80 for that game, and I've heard it's good. I wanted to play it, so I'm excited about that.
It is. I haven't played through many TurboGrafx games all the way through, but that is one of them.
Yeah, very cool.
So it's enjoyable. That and Legendary Axe, Blazing Lasers, all the staples. That fits right in there.
I'm definitely gonna check it out. I'm excited for that one. I've got the EverDrive for like an old. It's probably 8 years old, right? The EverDrive I have, and it's actually perfect for turbo because I don't give a shit, right? I just want to put it in my Express or I'll put it in the thing, and I was playing Moto. That's how I played Moto Rotor. I'm like, why am I not playing Ninja Spirit? That's what I thought when I played it. I'm like, I knew this would be terrible. Moto Rotor is ambitious, but it's not great. So, but it's a fine game, but it's no Ninja Spirit. So
all I can think of is Roto Rooter when you say that.
I know Moto
Like
Rotor is a
guy.
terrible name. It's a terrible name.
I'm looking at my notes here about today's episode, and I had this dumb idea to pretend as though you guys were calling me and we were talking about Dr. Mario, and I was going to talk about how much I love Dr. Mario and arranging pills, and
it's a puzzle game and
clearing lines. It's one of my favorite games. I played it growing up.
Wait, whoa, hold on, Robbie, hold on. This isn't about Dr. Mario?
I mean, I wish it was.
What in the fuck?
It is about Dr. Mario. What are you talking about?
I'm done.
Where are you leaving? Why are you leaving?
I thought we were talking about Dr. Mario. Okay.
We would be better use of our time to talk about Dr. Mario.
What does that mean? Elaborate on that point.
Since you asked,
while I'm here,
that means that I highly dislike Dr. Chaos for the NES. Spoiler alert.
No spoiler. This is your moment. Shine, baby, shine.
Well, I guess it's a spoiler for Tyler, because Tyler literally DM'd me the other day. He's like, "You're gonna give it a high rating, aren't you? You're a trash." He said, he end quote, he called me a trash lord in terms of the NES games I like.
Oh, I'm using that. I'm writing that down. Trash lord. I love it. That's like Trash Boat. Do you ever watch a regular show? We changed this name to
We're
Trash
entitling
Boat.
this episode to Trash Lord.
The Trash Lord. Well, it might as well be. It's Dr. Chaos. Go on.
I mean, admittedly so. I definitely, been an apologist for a lot of objectively bad games, but this one, no dice. I had to draw a line on that.
This is it. This is the line in the sand. Dr. Chaos is where I draw the line.
Okay.
I love it. I love it. Go ahead. I want to hear about this. I'm sorry to interrupt.
So I rented this game from my local mom and pop store or mom and pop video store back in the day, like everyone else, probably because of the box art. So before I go any further, we're going to talk about how absolutely phenomenal the box art is and how it has probably duped hundreds upon thousands of people into playing this awful game.
I cannot disagree with you at all.
It's amazing. It's great. It looks like a cool horror movie or something. I don't know. It's really good art, and the name is cool. It has everything you want it to have to be like, man, this is going to be sweet. I should rent that based on, judging a book by its cover. It is not any of those things. It's not good. I don't know.
It's like you don't even know how else to say it, do you?
I don't know how else to say it, but okay.
You can't mince words.
I remember renting the game and then getting it home and then like just being absolutely lost because I didn't. It's one of those games where if you don't have a manual, there's no real direction on what to do, and it's like a weird mix between Shadowgate or Deja Vu or one of those types of point-and-click games and a crappy platformer, I guess. And I kind of like the idea of that conceptually. I'm like, man, if they just fucking ironed out the platforming on this game and made it good, like programmed that aspect of it good, I would be into it, because that's really what kills it for me.
I agree.
The hit detection's terrible. You're fumbling through the controls. You get so fucking pissed off because you die so easily, and then it sets you all the way back. Oh, there's like a spooky creaking door sound over there, you guys.
It's all ambiance over here, man.
Is that Dr. Chaos?
That's Dr. That's Dr. Jin Chaos coming in here, the eccentric physicist himself. We found him.
Yeah, so you and I talked on the phone a few days ago about this briefly.
We've never spoken outside of work.
But you and I both kind of mutually agreed that it's like Friday the 13th syndrome, like the game Friday the 13th,
yes.
Where it's like there's a lot going on. They were biting off a lot and way too much they could chew.
Ambitious. An ambitious project.
Is the word. Yes. I mean, Friday the 13th, I think that game's good, but people agree with me on that. That's a misunderstood one. This one is not misunderstood.
No, I don't think there's much to not
I understand it loud and clear. I understand exactly what's going on. I actually, so back to the rental thing. I rented it, played it. It was kind of lost, fumbling around. I just would try, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I get frustrated, and then the weekend would be over, and I'd have to return it. And that was my experience of Dr. Chaos. And I was like, okay, well, I barely even made any progress, and then I had to get it back to the rental store. So that's that. When I got older, I started collecting NES, and I was like, one of the first games I went towards, because you always gravitate towards the games you kind of remember that you experienced growing up. And I think I bought it, but I never actually like played it again until a few years back. And I think I hated it then. And then when you guys suggested this as an episode, it kind of groaned. I was kind of like, oh man, I got to play Dr. Chaos again. So I fired it up the other day. I was like, all right, I'm going to fucking like give it an honest, fair shake and play it. Like, kind of like how John over there played 2 hours of Godzilla 2.
I knew that was going to come up. I knew it.
I was going to try, I was like, even if it sucks, maybe I'm misunderstanding it. Or I got to like break through the wall, then it'll be good. But
yep.
I played a little bit. I beat the first boss. I think it was the first boss. I think you can choose your path, but like I beat a boss, and then I took a password down, and then I was like, I'm going to play this another day. Come back to it because I've had enough for today. My threshold was reached, and I came. And then the second time I had to play it, I just like felt like it was a giant chore. And as soon as I powered it up, and I was like, I was so irritated that you have to keep, like you said, reacquiring the gun and some health and this and that, only to like get your ass kicked in some bad platforming level.
Exactly.
I just literally was like, I can't do this. I literally just smashed that power button right off, and I was like, I'm done. Going to play something else. And then I played Skeleton Crew, and I had a blast.
And that I heard that's an A+ Genesis game.
For me, it might not be for everyone else, but
that's fine.
That game's awesome.
So then, if that's an A+ Genesis game, on a scale of 1.0 to 5.0, I laugh as I say 5.0. Where would you say this would land for you?
So right before you guys called me, I heard someone guess that I was going to give it a 1.5. And even though I am slamming this thing left and right, I'm still going to give it a 2.0 for its ambition.
2.0.
Conceptually, everything about this game is good except the actual game, if that makes any sense. Like,
it does.
If it was programmed correctly and like done well and polished, conceptually it's awesome. So it would have been a good time and people would have remembered it fondly, but they just dropped the ball on it. So it's a 2 for me, and that's a very generous 2.
Are you doing the punk rock thing where somebody guessed your score and you're like, well, now it's not that score anymore. Now it's 2.
No, I originally had 2 in my mind, but then when you guys said that, I was like, maybe it is a 1.5 for me because like I really did not enjoy my time with it at all. But I don't know. I think I just like the idea of it enough to keep it bumped up to a 2 because of the horror theme and the box art and the whole package deal, not just the game itself. Like everything. I don't know. I'm sticking with 2 just because that's what my gut went with, and I don't know. I guess it's not like broken. You can like play the game. Unlike Godzilla 2, where I felt like I do anything.
The real question is, do you want to? I can play it, but do I want to?
I don't want to.
I was only half a point off. I gave you a 2.5.
Oh, okay, I did 2. So 2's fine. I'm sticking with 2.
All right.
But like Friday the 13th. But the thing is, Friday the 13th. Sorry to digress. Everyone kind of hates that game at first because they don't understand it. It's just kind of the same thing. Like it just kind of like doesn't explain anything to you. You're like just thrown into a game with there's no linear path and you just wander and get like these fucking rats run across your feet and keep hitting you and you get pissed off because you can't even kill them properly. Like the little regular ass enemies. And I don't know, the whole like point and click thing is tedious just because it's like a lot of room exploring for like barely any payoff there.
Agreed.
Unless it's like you just keep searching rooms and then you find like a vial of like help. You're like, okay. And then you like, I don't know. Maybe it gets a little more in depth. Maybe it gets in depth later. But
I got news for you, bud. I watched enough playthroughs. It don't get no more in depth. Okay, it's the same. Anyway, all right, 2.0 it is. I'm not gonna get too far down my opinion yet. I'll get to that.
I gotta say though, for some reason you seem to hype this episode with this game more than any other good game we've reviewed. So
I'm trying to be. Well, first of all, like I said to you, when the product is weak, you overproduce. Okay. But I am trying to be, as we said, a bit more active on social media. So I'm trying to be a little bit more involved. We got the set all decked out for Halloween. I thought, let's take advantage of that. Let's put some pictures up, do some cool stuff. And I need to be more in that mode with every game, not just this game, because all the other games deserve it.
Who picked this game?
I think I did. I don't know. Did I pick it? I certainly did not. You guys know what I picked.
It must have been me. I don't know.
So we're doing two episodes for Halloween. Hey, I picked Altered Beast, damn it.
Shame on you, he said.
That's a good game. We need to revisit that, dude.
No, we don't. No, we don't.
Yeah, you guys are fucking dicks.
Part of what we're gonna do is an end of year review of the reviews, and when we do that, we'll discuss our scores and have an open discussion about our thoughts.
Our disdain for Altered Beast.
So anyway,
people are still up in arms about the Altered Beast episode. Man.
3. There are 3 people: Robbie, Tape Flipper, and one other guy.
Probably all N64 fans.
Yeah, exactly. Robbie and 2 of his friends they're up in arms. They are aghast. They can't believe it.
What's the name of that fucking boss in that game? I don't even remember. Some weird name. Norbert or something.
Yeah,
sure.
It is Norbert.
What the fuck is it?
Neff. Look it up.
Neff.
Neff, that's
fucking
it.
Neff.
Nibs.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right. Well, yeah. 2.0 game is bad. Don't ever play it if you already haven't. Just save yourself the trouble.
Perfect. All right, man.
Yeah. Later, man.
Have a good day.
Bye.
See you, Robbie.
We got to get the volume up because it's the one and only Trash Lord himself. 8-bit supremacy, Robbie Coleman. I'm bad. I'm bad.
Apparently John doesn't like his song.
John doesn't like his song.
No.
We'll talk. We'll discuss offline. We're gonna have some meetings. Okay, we're gonna sit down.
He doesn't like
we're gonna have a study group. We're gonna really hash this out and come up with, because we've now changed John's song twice. It started with something and it has changed 2 times since then. 3 songs. So we gotta find something. Let's nail it down. It's cool. I'm with it. We'll chop all this out. Jay, what did you think of Dr. Chaos? If you had to rate this game, let's say you had to sit down and play it, or watch somebody play it, or watch a playthrough of it.
I'm sorry.
What would you rate this game, Jay?
Ribby.
I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry. This is for the chat.
Did I say Ribby?
No.
I see it up there.
I said Ribby because Robbie said I spell it with a Y.
I was like, what did I say ribby? Because sometimes I do that. Like, okay, anyway, all right. Well, I've already led you in, so whenever you feel like it, give it a second and you start talking about what it is. And I agree with Tyler. The podcast is missing out, man. I need more Jaeger. Let's go. I'm in. Let's do it. All right, get your laughs out. Give it a second. Let the dust settle, and then start telling us what you think. Segue as if I asked you.
Next episode. Can you say 8-bit supremacy? Ribby Coleman.
Say 8-bit supremacy. Supremacy.
Ribby. Sorry, Robbie. Okay.
Robbie it's with a Y. Ribby.
Ooh.
He loves you. Dr. Killology has followed us. We got a couple. We got 3 new follows today.
Some Scott guy hopped on. He's from Skitty and the Diddy Bops.
Oh, cool. Welcome.
Yeah.
Very nice, Scott Congdon.
Yeah. Oh shit, the Sarah Diddy Bopper.
So whenever you're ready.
Okay. I think I got the ribby out.
Let me ask you a question.
Ask me a question. Okay, I'm good.
You ready?
Good.
What'd you think of Dr. Chaos? Ribby?
Really?
I'm done, man. I'm done trying to keep the reins on the show. I'm done trying to. It's not fun when I do it. It's
Thank
not.
God it took you long.
It's not fun. I'll just fucking edit it all. So, Skitty and the Diddy Boppers. That's me, says
All right,
Dr.
ready?
Killology. Welcome. Thank you
Ready?
for joining us.
Go again.
Okay.
Ask me.
You want me to lead you back in one more
Yeah,
time?
lead me back
okay.
in.
So, Jay, if I were to ask you your opinion about Dr. Chaos and request that you apply a score to the game from 1.0 to 5.0 in 0.5 increments, with 1 being the worst and 5.0, give me your personal experience, whether you played or watched somebody played or watch a playthrough, and a score on that grading scale.
I'm just gonna rip the Band-Aid right off. It's a 1. I didn't even give you the opportunity to lean
a
back.
1 what?
1.
A 1.1?
1.
That's
No,
not a...
it's not even. It's not even getting a point. It's 1.
1.0.
If I was on the Matty Ice and Marky Mark show, I would say it's a 0.683
Yeah, but
out of 712.
yeah, but
Whatever stupid ass math they use.
Nobody listens to that.
It's a 1.0.
It's a 1.0.
This game is trash.
What else do you have to say about it?
It's trash.
That's it.
That's it.
Is that so? Your review is this is garbage 1.0.
When I play a game
Or watch somebody
or watch
play
a game because it's so bad I didn't even play it. When we do that, and I look at it and I go, wow, well, we're just going to keep the joke going here with the Altered Beast thing. My Altered Beast score just went up. It means it's pretty goddamn bad. It's a 1.0. This game is trash. The music's good. The intro is good. Like the actual splash screen on the intro is good. It's cool with the little lights coming on in the rooms and like the guy with the knife and somebody going, and then blood coming out in the skull. That's cool. That's literally the only redeeming thing of this game. After you hit start, this game sucks.
It says press start and you're like,
no,
I don't want to. I don't want to do that.
No,
I don't want to.
I just want to watch the intro.
No, thank you.
Watch that for like 20 minutes and shut it off.
I do not want it.
So,
all right. So we're good. You're done.
I'm done. That's
all right,
it.
Moving on. So I'm next. And then we're going to do Sashimi Z.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So here's what I say. I'll give you my review and I'll give you my score. Actually, I'm going to do it the other way around. I'm going to give you my score. This game is a 1.5. Okay. For all of the reasons that Robbie said.
Damn, I was half off on both, everyone.
All the reasons that Robbie said. Robbie and I share the exact same opinion on this game. Everything about this game is good and cool except the game. Everything. The artwork, you talked about the splash screen. Tyler makes a great point. You get to see somebody get stabbed to death in the splash screen of an NES game.
Right there.
Then normally they would have scrubbed that right out with the US version. Like everything about this game, the music is not like legendary, but I do like it. The game just sucks. It's so ambitious. The only reason it's not a 1.0 is because of all the things that go around it, and also that it was ambitious. They tried. They wrote a great story. Michael Chaos? That's one of the greatest names in the history of video games. Like, that's I love that name. Dr. Jin Chaos and his brother Michael Chaos, who just stumbles into the eccentric physicist's mansion to defeat mutants and assemble a laser to destroy a farting lion. Like, it's great. Everything about that speaks to good and great. But the game is so bad, I can't get past it. This is one of those games, like Robbie also said, and I know I'm echoing his review. You played this as a kid, and you're like, this can't be as bad as I remember it. Just like the reviews we read, just like Robbie said, I'm going to give it a fair shake, and I'm going to sit down and play this game in 2022. What, 36 years after it was, no, 36, hell, shit, 30, whatever it is, I don't know, 34. 34 years after it was released in the US, I'm going to play it with open eyes and be fair to it. And I couldn't fucking do it, man. We played that game for less than 10 minutes, and I'm like, this is fucking stupid. We watched a playthrough, and I thought the same thing. I was like, I watched it, I'm like, oh man, and we'll talk about it, but people speedrun this game, and I'm like, I just felt bad for them.
I was just thinking, you know what would make this game better? If it was on the N64.
For our friends in chat, I was in the Marky Mark and Matty Ice and Marky Mark podcast earlier this week and said they mentioned how something would be better on the Nintendo 64, and I thought to myself, that's a sentence I never thought I'd hear in my life. This is better because it's on the Nintendo 64, he said, and I was like, no, never heard that one.
You're not aiming for the stars here. That's why I say this game might be better. And then I think about it, and I'm like, you know what? Actually, it is better than just about any N64.
Wouldn't it have to? Well, I was going to say, wouldn't it have to look better, but I don't like looking at video games that look like, you're looking at them through a pair of goggles underwater with Vaseline smeared over them.
That's true.
But anyway, so yes, it's a 1.5. That is what I give it. And again, I try to listen to everybody's arguments or discussion about this game, and I feel like it literally... Robbie said a lot of what I wanted to say. As he talked, I just kind of kept nodding my head and thinking, yep, that's how I feel. It's one of those games where it can't be as bad as I remembered, but I was wrong. I know I'm older. I don't remember everything as well as I used to, but I sat down and I remembered this game sucks pretty quickly. And it really does suck because look at that box art, man. I completely agree. It is amazing. But if that was like a horror film, I'd be like, no matter what it's about, I would love it. Whoever drew that, I don't know who did the art, but I want a poster of Dr. Chaos. That is such, like, you've got this skeleton who has organs like lording over this guy in like this fishball looking view of this Michael Chaos. Whose blood is that? Is it his? Is it his enemies? Is he just rifting his hand through his enemy's blood? Or is he running from there's like Krang over on the right with like a needle in his head. Look at
No, I'm looking at it.
He's got like a needle, like a hybrid. Like, this is terrifying stuff. Whoever
it's got the Avenged Sevenfold guy on the top of it.
Exactly. That's why I'm surprised it's not better. Anyway, so that's where I'm at. 1.5. So that's it. So we're going to go to Sashimi Z's review. I'll read it.
You're going to read it?
Yep.
Okay.
Since, I don't do enough around here.
Clearly you don't. That's why we started 20 minutes late.
Hey, man. You fix the problems next time.
It's like playing Nintendo 64.
So Sashimi Z says as follows, quote, combine the blood-curdling action of Ghosts and Goblins together with the contemplative gothic puzzle adventure of Shadowgate, and you would get a game 100 times more awesome than Dr. Chaos. FCI loved the idea of first-person exploration, but had no idea what to do with it. So in between actually playing the game, you just get to open cabinets and tap walls in a disorienting series of samey brown rooms. For your effort, trial and erroring through the first-person bullshit, you get a mediocre platformer, which isn't so much awful as it is completely not worth the effort. Why put yourself through this when games like Metroid and even Castlevania 2 are right there? Dr. Chaos has interesting ideas that combined absolutely don't make it greater than the sum of its parts. Should it get credit for being an old, innovative game that's rough around the edges? No. 1.5 out of 5. I can't disagree with anything he said, other than he doesn't mention about how amazing the box art is, which I think he would agree. But that's all that matters nowadays. Nobody plays games. They buy them, put them on the shelf, and look at the box art because usually they're encased in acrylic. So, what's the matter? So, Jay, with the reviews in pocket, tell me where you can play this game today.
In the trash can. Oh, I mean...
If you lived in a dumpster...
You can unfortunately still play it on the Nintendo. And also, unfortunately, you can still play it on the Famicom disk system.
That is true.
So
that is it.
That is it. That's the only places you can play it.
So what should we do next?
I'm surprised they didn't put it on like the Switch Online.
Yeah. Why isn't it on the NES collection on the Switch Online? I don't understand. Well, you probably couldn't get the rights for that baller ass artwork. Anyway, what should we do next?
We got collecting. You want to talk about some collecting?
I think we should talk about collecting next.
I think we should.
Perfect.
You want to talk about some collecting?
As a matter of fact, I do.
All right.
It works out because on my paper here, that's exactly what's next. So
I think Matt from the Matty Ice and Marky Mark show are saying that GoldenEye is worse than Dr. Chaos.
It must be. It's on Nintendo 64.
It is.
Got him.
Sick burn, bro. Sick burn.
Let's talk about collecting this game. This will be brief, okay? Because that's the only reason you should buy this.
There's a lot of collecting on this?
It's the only reason you should buy this game.
What's a water graded version of this?
I'll tell you.
I'm so interested to know.
Don't you worry. I'll get to that.
$11.
There's really only one version of this game. That's hard to as ubiquitous as this game is in any store's NES pile of games for sale. Every store that you go to will have Dr. Chaos for sale. It will always be there. And you'll always be like, oh, Dr. Chaos, that sounds like it could be good. And then you remember listening to this show if you're one of the 12 people who listen, okay? And you stop and you go, whoa, they said that game is not good. That's why it's still there, okay? But there's only one version of this game. I have to assume there's at least 10,000 copies of this game floating around in the world. I wish there were less. Anyway. There's only one version. It is the Circle Seal of Quality Rev A, so it's a 3-screw cart. There are no 5-screw carts as far as I'm aware. It does not have an oval seal as far as I'm aware either, because they did not print extras as they traversed from the circle to oval seal. This game loose will cost you $10 to $12. Again, if you're collecting.
That seems kind of steep.
Do not buy this game to play it. Buy it because you like the label or the end label or because you need it for your set. But don't buy it to play it. Okay.
So in theory, you're saying this should be like a miniature poster for you. Is what you're way you should look at it.
It's
or a piece of artwork.
It's transcended from being a game into being a collectible.
Okay.
Okay. A CIB copy, depending on condition, $40 to $50. I actually purchased one. I didn't bring it up earlier during collecting, but I got this game while I was out with Kaylin. I obviously had a loose copy. I did not have a complete one. Right. Saw it at one of the stores and picked it up, I think, for about $35 or $40. And it's pretty nice.
And regretted it every day since.
No, I'm super happy because I didn't plan on buying it to play it.
Oh, touche.
Yet here we are. Here we are. Sealed, I couldn't find any data on. I'm going to be honest with you, though. It didn't really matter. No. As the sealed market continues to regress to the mean and come back to earth of what, like, I'm now seeing people selling NES lots of games sealed on high-end game, groups on Facebook and that kind of stuff, because people have finally started to figure out that not every sealed NES game is a gold mine. So, like, when I point over at my Golgo 13 8.5A that's $150, when it cost you, I don't know, $50 to $7,500 to grade it, it should tell you everything about where the graded game market is, especially for a game like this that has no cachet, no intellectual property, nothing about it other than the art itself that is intriguing. I would love to have a sealed or a graded version of this game, but I wouldn't pay more than $100 for it. You know what I mean? I just wouldn't. So
I guess that was the next question I was going to ask. Do you think it would cost more to
it's
have
hard
it graded than it's worth?
It's probably somewhere in the middle. But anyway, population report. There's 20 of these on WADA's Pop Report. The highest and best grade is a 9.68+. There have been 3 sales of this game over the past 3 years. So in 2019, a 9.4A sold for $516. In 2020, it was May of 2020, a 9.0B sold for about half of that, $288. And then a better grade than the one that sold in 2019, in June of last year, a 9.4A plus sold for $384. I'm going to bet you that game, if it went up for auction today, that 9.4A plus, which is not the best version, but it is a good version, would probably sell in the neighborhood of $200 to $275. It would. I don't think it would break $300. Maybe.
So you think 2019 was definitely its plateau?
I mean, like,
Or I guess I should say its peak.
yeah, I was gonna say a plateau is generally perceived as high. A peak can be like just a small deviance from the norm. A plateau is too high. So yes, it's peak. Let's say it's peak.
Right.
So let's a little bit about grade. There's not much to talk about here other than there's a single version. A loose copy won't cost you much. If you're buying it for your set, you should. If you're buying it to play it, you should not. The end. So Jay, speaking of not playing this game, tell me about the speed running of this game.
All right. Everybody get ready, get comfy. We can probably stop.
How many players have there been?
Oh, a whopping 4.
4.
Yeah.
4 speedrunners on speedrun.com. And how many
4.
runs have there been total?
Believe it or not, one more than the amount of players. 5.
So somebody did it twice.
Yes. One of
Got
those
it.
4 people did it twice.
Got it.
So that should tell you a lot.
Tell me a little bit more about.
So any percent, and that was probably the, oh my God, get this done now, was done by Conophone? Cananophone? Bananaphone?
Spell it out, yeah.
Con, like from Star Trek. Anaphone. And he or she did it in 25 minutes and 15 seconds. That's about 20 minutes longer than we played it. They did it October 24th, 2020, and they're still weeping over playing it for that long. I'm joking. They probably put a little bit of effort in it.
I have to give the speedrunners of this game credit in that at least they are attempting to get through this thing as quickly as they can. Okay?
We did watch one speedrunner, and it was pretty painful.
It's just hard to watch.
Yeah.
Because the game itself is not fun. It doesn't look great and it doesn't control well, right? I can see what they're doing to manipulate and try and expedite, but it doesn't make it interesting or fun.
So all that info was from Speedrun. Sorry, speedrun.com.
That's okay. I will also say Godzilla 2 had 4 speedrunners, but 66 runs. Godzilla 2, Jay.
That's true.
So that's all I got to say about that.
That's true.
All right.
Should we go to chat for a minute? There's some pretty funny stuff running through
Let's
the chat.
jump into the chat for a minute and then we'll wrap up.
I think we should even do it more so now that Matt isn't in the room. Because he said apparently that he thinks the PS1's better than the N64.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, he thinks the N64 is better than the PS1.
I was going to say that.
My bad.
That's
accurate. The first statement was accurate.
Your first statement was not shocking or intriguing whatsoever. The second one is just plain.
Has he played anything other than GoldenEye?
I can't condone that type of behavior.
What's that? Yeah, there's like 5 games. There's like 5 games on the N64 that aren't bad.
No, there's not. No, there's not. Name
There's
them.
like 5.
Name them.
I'm probably in the minority, but I actually enjoyed Mario 64.
Okay, that's a fine game.
Fun.
I'll give you Mario
Party's
64.
okay.
Okay.
GoldenEye's fun if you're playing with other people.
Okay.
I'm not overly excited that they're reissuing it. You know they're reissuing it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I figured you would.
I learned that on the Matty Ice and Marky Mark podcast.
All right, I'm struggling. I actually heard that on Retro Warriors. They talked about it for a minute.
So you got 3. Go ahead. Give me 2 more.
Got 3 N64 games. I'm trying to call for 5.
Hold on. This is the KISS syndrome where I say, everybody's like, KISS is a great band. They've been together for a million years and they have so many hits. And I said, I'm going to give you 3 songs. I'm going to give you Detroit Rock City. I'm going to give you.
I hate KISS.
Okay. But like
I like them better than N64.
Can I finish my point?
No.
You get Detroit Rock City.
That's actually a terrible song.
What's the other big popular song that they did?
I want to rock and roll all night.
Right. And then there's I'll give you Love Gun. Name 2 more KISS songs.
I don't know because I think they're terrible.
Name 2 more KISS songs. Name it.
Love Gun.
I already said Love Gun. Name 2 more KISS songs.
I'm speedrunning this analogy. That's awesome. There aren't any.
Beth.
There aren't any. Just stop.
Lick It
There
Up.
are none.
I Love It Loud.
No.
No, exactly. These songs all suck. Anyway, my point is, to your point,
Wave
you
Race is
can't
good.
Get past 3.
I got
good-
3. I got 4. Wave
I
Race is good.
asked for 5.
Mario Kart. Mario Kart's not bad.
Nothing.
I mean, I wouldn't-
anyway.
Actually, Zelda. It's not the best. It's clearly not the best out of the catalog, but Zelda's pretty good at it.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. It's the highest
But I mean, but you do. I will definitely say. Oh, don't worry. I'm not justifying. N64 is trash. It's a trash system for trash people.
It's garbage console for garbage people.
Yes, Johnny Iucci's quote. A garbage system for garbage people.
All right, enough about a Nintendo 64.
We just got time to go. I figure we can chat for a minute.
We're gonna probably cut some of this. Let's transition into wrapping up.
Okay.
So Jay, I think that's a show.
I think you're right.
I think we did it. I think we, unlike playing the game, discussing it, we actually got to the end. Or past 5 minutes.
True. How long have we gotten into this one? What do we got here?
A couple hours.
It's longer than I expected for this game. This game is shit.
You could have speedrun it 6 times by now.
The time on this game, the time
You could have speedrun it 5 times.
The time we spent on this game is better than my score. Longer than my score. Either way, I digress. So we're going to talk about our next episode?
Yeah, let's talk about our next episode.
So we're going to stick to the Halloween theme, right? Since we're in October.
No idea what you're talking about.
We are in October, and there's actually I got something I want to do real quick. Me and you are going to give one more score here before we wrap this up. So Sarah was so nice to come in tonight and decorate our set for us for Halloween. You can clearly see that. I want to give, and I'll even let a couple people in here in the chat give a couple scores. From a 1 to a 5, what is your grade on the decoration she's done? I'm going to go 5. 5.0. I think it's pretty damn good in here.
Yeah?
I like it. What do you think?
I have to abstain from voting because I did a huge majority of it. So thank you. I'll take that as a compliment.
What did you do?
Everything except for these little cobwebs.
That was why I got the 5.0.
Okay.
If it didn't have those, it would have got like a 2.
Okay, cool. So I got a 2.
Yeah.
I don't believe you, you liar. Can we talk about the coolest thing that's on this set? Besides all the little cobwebs that she did that are amazing?
What's that?
Our little ghost.
Oh, yeah.
That's Rob, man.
It is. He's got a little thing cut out and everything.
It's awesome. I love that. I made that.
That's nice.
Thank you.
Where'd you get the candelabra from?
Meyer.
Oh, who put that up there?
Me.
Damn it.
I did that.
Trying to make you look good here. What else did you do?
I did the spider website.
Oh,
I told you what you did.
spiderwebs look pretty good.
Obviously the best part.
Best part.
If it wasn't for those, it'd be trash.
It would.
You know what it would be? Dr. Chaos.
It
That's what
would.
it would be. It would be a 1.5.
The spiderwebs make the splash screen.
So tell me all about the next game we're going to do. What are we going to do next and when?
Oh, I get to say it?
Yeah, go.
Oh, I'm excited. I actually picked this game, so I'm excited.
I know.
We're doing Splatterhouse for the TurboGrafx.
That is correct. We're going to do Splatterhouse.
Super excited about it.
TurboGrafx 16, October 19th, so 2 weeks from today.
Yep. And
I no longer-
hopefully 9 p.m.
At one point, hold on. At one point, I was going to have to travel to Chicago, but now I do not have to, so that's good. I also think maybe we need to move it up an hour. What do you think about moving it up to 8 p.m.?
Ooh.
No? You don't think you can do it? Oh, football season.
Yeah, it's football season.
All right, so 9. We'll stick
So
to
the
9 for now.
kiddos cheering,
I'll chop this
so-
out. So let's say, Splatterhouse, October 19th, 2 weeks from today. We will be back at 9, regular time.
Tyler probably shouldn't watch that one. I feel like the scores are going to be pretty good.
Tyler who? The creator?
No. Default Gen, Jen.
Default what?
Default Gen, Jen.
You mean the retro gem miner?
I do.
Shit! Ah! Mom!
He must have heard we were going to do Splatterhouse.
Bad games only, he says.
Bad
Okay,
games.
don't tune into the next episode. That's a good game, Tyler.
Thank you for being here, sir.
Thanks everybody for being here. It's awesome. All right.
So where
I digress.
Jay, let me ask you this. Now that we know what the next episode will be and what it is, where can the people listening to us now find us?
I hope Valdor's tuned in. Because you know we have a link tree.
I need more details on what that means.
Oh, a link tree is you can go to this web address and it will link you to all of our social media pages. And the link tree address is actually linkter.ee/lost joystick.
And it's on our pens.
It is on our pen. Is the linkter on there?
Linkter.ee/lost joystick is on the pen.
It is. And if anybody wants a pen,
Just let us know. I've got some to ship out. I've got a list of people who they're going to go out for. I will make sure that they do. But if you're interested in a pen, all you gotta do is send us a DM, follow us, and I will ship you a pen and God knows what else. I've got a lot of overflow right now, people. Send me a message and I'll send you some stuff.
He does.
It's true. All right, so the link tree.
Yes. we
Beyond
have a
that, what do you
link
got?
tree. And then if you just go to our regular social media, so Instagram and Twitter's Lost Joystick, and Facebook and Twitch is Lost Joystick Network. We also have our email address, which is info@lostjoysticknetwork.com.
And if people haven't noticed, I'm trying to start to use the Twitter and Facebook accounts. Trying to link what we do on Instagram with all of them. So
we might have to expand our social media.
we might have to
I think we might have some things in
enhance
the pipeline.
our reach.
Yeah, I think we might have some
I'm
things
trying.
in the pipeline.
I'm trying. So, anything else?
I can work on that too.
Thank you.
I'm just saying I can. Yeah.
And whenever
I
I
do
feel like I
something
need something done, you're the guy I come to.
That's pretty depressing because you never ask me for anything.
These TVs don't hang themselves.
Touche. GoldenEye would grow your audience.
We'll edit that out.
Thank God. So, no, that's pretty much it.
All right.
So
All right.
that's all I got. I got nothing else. So check out some podcasts. Check out us.
That's it?
And then the floor is yours, my friend.
Well, I'm going to get out there and do a little electric boogaloo. But actually what I'll do is I'll go out there and say, hey, thank you for joining us. And thank you for listening. And please leave us a 5-star rating on iTunes or your podcast aggregator of choice. I can't speak.
And don't forget to leave us a drunk voicemail on Anchor.
Anchor.fm/Lost Joystick Network. And with that, I will say, have fun. Oh, I should say, or I can't. The music's playing. Go out there, have fun, be safe, and be excellent to each other. Well, the music ended. We got to do that all over again.
Oh my God.
Why is it so short? All right. The buttons are all messed up.
Oh, you've got this.
You ready?
Prince. No,
You ready?
it doesn't.
You ready? So I think that's it.
Yep. Can we thank John and Ribby for being on the show?
I want to thank Ribby for being on the show, and John. Thank you, Matt and Sarah, for joining us in studio.
Cheffish is funny. He said the wheels are coming off.
The
wheels were never on.
We never had
tonight.
wheels. So anyway, with that,
Parking blocks.
I will say, go out there, have fun, be safe, and be excellent to each other. All right.
Holy shit, that was a train wreck. That whole show from start to finish.
It'll be fun. It's fine. It was
Oh,
good.
it's fine, but God.
I can finally do this. Anyway. Yeah, we're not doing GoldenEye. There's been a vote. It's not even on the list of next year's games, Matt. It's not.
No, it's not.
Is it?
No, it's not on the list.
I've done so much for you. Like?
So
Go on.
much.
Go on.
I just want it. That's all I want. I'll do any fucking shit game on NES.
When do I get to come on your show?
Never.
When do I get to come on your
Then
show?
we have a deal.
When I'm on your show, after I'm on your show,
Oh, please.
we will do.
Please get Jay
GoldenEye.
on the show with Mark. Please, please.
We can do that. I just don't have space for people anymore. It's not like my old setup.
You know what you should do? Not have Mark. Just have Jay on.
There we go. I mean, both
They wouldn't even notice. Wait till
I
your beard
actually
comes
wear
back in.
glasses. I just don't ever put them on.
Wait
I have
till your
them in the
beard
car.
come back soon.
Yeah, let my beard grow back out a little bit, and then I'll wear glasses.
Let's talk about Doom and how GoldenEye isn't Doom, says Robbie. It's not. I'm so glad everybody hung out in the chat. We had a good core tonight. And
We did.
thank you both for being
Is
here.
Skitty Dop Doo-Wop still in here?
The Scooby-Doo.
Skitty, what was his name? Skitty McDiddy?
Skinny McTitty?
Boppers.
Is Matty O still on?
The Itty Bitty Titty Committee? Matty O has never been on.
He was on earlier.
He was on for one message, and I called him out, and then he disappeared.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, well.
I don't even remember what I said.
He wants to come back. Matty O's coming back. He wants to come back probably February, March, something like that.
Is that far enough advance that Matt will hang out with us when he comes into town, or no?
No, he'll be living with Sarah by then.
Maybe we should just ask Sarah to hang out
Maybe.
instead of Matt.
I can see you back there.
Sarah will hang out, and I'll still bail.
Robbie, I'll come up there one day. Bullshit.
Fucking bullshit.
I
Did you
believe
ever
him.
find out if that
No,
fucking CRT works in that van?
I believe him. What he's waiting for is for me to jump in the van with him, and then I'll troubleshoot it while he drives. Because it's got to be on. You can't just run the van like an idiot and waste money.
I just want to know if that TV
Ribby.
works. I actually, Mike and I brought that up again the other day.
I'm going to bet you
And remember, we talked about we were legitimately disappointed that he didn't know whether it worked or not.
there's about 5% chance that it doesn't work.
Too busy beating Mortal Kombat at Logan. I'll test it for you. I wish you would. I want to know if it's working. Because I'm telling you, dude, if you come up here and that bitch is working, we're getting one of Mike's 17 Nintendos and hooking it up to it and just driving around town playing Nintendo.
Funny you
playing
should mention
Dr.
that.
fucking Chaos.
So funny you should mention that. I was sitting here today and I was like, oh shit, I got to have a controller because I want to use the...
That's all that's wrong. I'll fix that. Bring that fucking van up here. I will fix that for you.
So I've got the multi-cart up here running behind us, right? Because I wanted to put the actual cart here, even though I have more than one, I didn't bring both. So I'm like, oh shit, I got to get a controller. I don't have a controller here. I might have to go see Kyle. And then I looked around and I was like, there are literally 4 NESs here. And 3 of them are boxed. There's one there, there's 2 here, and there's 1 there. And you want to hear the funniest part of all of it? There was already a fucking controller outside the whole time.
Oh, God.
I was looking all over for a control. I'm like, I'm going to pull one of these boxes. And I was like, I found one. I brought it over here to plug it in. I was like, oh, there's already one in there. It's a true story.
Good Lord.
This is peel back the layers of the onion, guys.
This is what I have to work with.
It's
Don't
true.
get in any vans for CRTs. No, Chefish, that would be the reason.
Don't get in any vans for CRTs. Yeah. Only the free candy. That's why I get in the van. You too, Sarah? Yeah. Well, I got a van outside if you want to jump in. And I got lots of candy. Matt doesn't seem to mind. Is that cool with you?
He's not even listening. He's too busy thinking about N64.
Yeah, cool. You come with me, we'll do GoldenEye. Deal. Works well. Anyway. All right. Well, I think it's time to dark turn. Robbie says it took a dark turn. It sure did. We ready? We done? We good?
I don't know, are we?
I
We
think
got
so.
people still hanging out chatting.
You guys want to? You want to hang out and chat? You want to leave? You got to go to work. Oh, you called in. Is that where you left for? Yeah. Oh, I see. Very
What
good.
are they going to do, fire him?
Exactly.
Sure hope they don't
That's
listen to
almost
the
as funny
show
as a
or
good
watch
end.
the live stream.
To talk to you guys after about
Wouldn't it be hilarious if one of the people that actually watches the live stream is like somebody that you work with who's like,
Don't do
oh,
it, Robbie.
Matt Mace is there?
So I was supposed to get hired in, and like I do a contract. My contract ends next week, and I was supposed to get hired in. So my boss called me, and he's like, "Hey, you're not getting hired in until the end of the year, or like the start of next year."
Oh, that's fine.
I don't really give a fuck.
Yeah. No, that's totally cool. I'll talk to you in a couple weeks. My plan is to tell you I'm not coming back, but I'm probably not going to do a lot until I do that. And then when I do, I'm going to expect you're probably just going to tell me not to come back. So I'll have already taken my 2 weeks.
I feel horrible because he's like, "I hope that'll keep you on. I hope we can keep you on board for the next 3 months."
Well,
You-
I'll
you
keep
know what you
talking
tell
to
him, Matt?
everybody, Since Chefish.
You tell the guy. This is how you
Robbie
find out
and
what type of person
probably
he is.
John are
You
still
tell
on.
him, I have a job offer where I get $10 more an hour, and I get to work 8:30 to 5:30 Monday through Friday. So
We can let them have their stupid ass conversation.
I should do.
Yeah, he would tell me to leave. He's actually a good.
I muted you.
But yeah,
You guys are having your own. I'm talking to everybody in the chat still.
nobody's here.
First of
Yeah.
all, this is my show, and this
Robbie's
is my
here.
shit. Don't touch
Oh,
it.
Robbie's leaving.
Don't
now.
mute me.
See, Robbie said he's leaving because of you.
Bye, Robbie.
Who's muted now? Bye, Ribby.
Who's running this fucking trailer park?
What's he saying? Pound sand! You fucking pound sand!
It's really loud when you
Calm
do it.
down! You fucking calm down. What in the fuck?
I'm really excited about doing Splatterhouse, though.
You should be. It's better than this game.
It is.
All right, we're out of here. Good night to all, and to all a good night.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you
Thanks
for hanging
out, dudes and dudettes.
Talk to you all soon, and I bid you adieu.
Deuces.
Until next time.
Ah.